Miami 20, SMU 26. It was the biggest upset of this past weekend. SMU got their first top 10 win since the NCAA imposed the death penalty on the program in 1983. Shout out to Pony Express. Eric Dickerson and Craig James were both in attendance this weekend, with Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin to the cultured, Bryson DeChambeau, and George W. Bush all in attendance. But folks did not come to see the celebs in attendance. They came to see Rhett Lashlee's squad with his fresh contract. SMU reportedly made Lashlee one of the top 10 highest paid coaches in the sport this week. Probably had to do with the head coach job at his alma mater, Arkansas, being available. Or maybe had to do with his now 35-15 record as the head man at SMU. Or maybe it had to do with play calls like this. This right here was Rhett Lashlee's best play call of the day. They're going to dial up a little running back, vertical route right down the center. Actually, he's a little bit more angled going this way towards the middle of the field. He is one-on-one matched up with this linebacker. Based off just common sense, this linebacker's inside to the offense's left, running back's on the right-hand side. Just off leverage alone, that's a win right there schematically for SMU. But what they're going to do is they're going to fake a little quarterback power from Kevin Jennings. They're going to act like the running back is the lead blocker, and then he ultimately dashes towards the middle of the field. They're going to block down with this right tackle and pull the left guard all the way around. That matters because this defensive end for Miami sinks down with this tackle getting moving towards the tackle's left to try to defend against this power. By this defensive end moving to his right, it makes this release for the running back extremely easy, and he's able to get on top of this defense right away. Two other little nuggets that I love about the design here. They know that this safety is really the only defender outside of this linebacker that can get involved and make a play, because the safety down here, he's got to manage the receivers on this side. This linebacker is going to be dropping underneath these receivers. So it's really just this safety on the top of the screen. How do they ensure that this safety is not going to make a play on this ball? They line these two receivers way outside the hash, putting this safety right here in a bind, because if SMU works any sort of RPO, little slant route here, any bubble actions up here to the top of the screen, Miami's going to want this safety involved. So there's just, from a spacing standpoint, a lot to love. You fake the quarterback power, you get the right leverage, and this is an out just off the very jump. Any team that's having to play Miami moving forward is looking at this formation, because from the very start, this linebacker is in trouble. Gets on top of him right away. Boom. Easy touchdown. If it wasn't underthrown, he could have got even more maybe. Give it to you one more time. Bang. The next play call I love, SMU had success with wheel routes multiple times in this game. Here to the running back, and then I believe the next drive, which we'll get into, it was the tight end. Ultimately, it's just going to be this running back on a little wheel route right down the sideline. This linebacker here, he's put in an absolute bind because there's a lot of green grass to his left that he's got to cover, and it's a free release by the running back here. Again, SMU is going to use that same quarterback power action. They're going to block down with the right tackle. They're going to pull the left guard over. Kevin Jennings is going to act like, hey, this is like I'm running the ball. And like this running back right here, he's my lead blocker, but nah, he's going to work downfield, obviously. This is a better thrown ball. This could have been a big-time touchdown. Another spacing thing that SMU does great. You got three receivers to that side, but also a fourth back here with the tight end. That ensures that this safety has to work back this way. That's a terrible arrow. I'm sorry. Work back towards the safety's right, offense's left, and ensures that this safety is out of the play. Again, leaving a free release for this running back down the right side numbers. Again, this is a better thrown ball. This could have been a touchdown right here. A lot of green grass right here. Bang, bang. I'll give it to you one more time. Fake the power, boom, touchdown, down the field. That's one way to get a wheel route. The second way, this is an absolute dime by Kevin Jennings. And if you've been watching my content over the off season, I love Kevin Jennings. I said before the season that he was my first round quarterback dark horse. He has not lived up to that billing, but he could get there in time. We'll see. He's got some talent. It hasn't always pieced together for SMU this year, but the kid no doubt has talent, and it shows up on this throw right here. They got a little dig route on the bottom of the screen and then a tight end wheel route. And look at how early Kevin Jennings throws this ball. He throws this ball like when the tight end wheel route is there pretty much. And then on the top of the screen, you got a little dig route and a little wheel route by the slot receiver. But I want you to look at how early he throws this ball down here, making sure this linebacker can't get involved and back shoulders it. But then because he throws it so early, it doesn't allow this corner to leak off and get involved either. Look at this throw. Boom, ball's out, caught. That's so good. Look at this. That ball is already in the air. That ball is right there, well out of his hand. That is a dangerous throw. One, because you have to make it a back shoulder throw here. Can't let this linebacker get involved. But you got this corner that's staring right at the quarterback. If he leaks off right here and makes a play, or if you're late at all, this easily could have been picked. This was Kevin Jennings' best throw of the day. Back shoulder, heck of a catch, accurate throw. That's the type of throw in the defensive meetings. They're just throwing their hands up like, nothing we can do about that. Miami led 2017 on the road at SMU with 1 minute left when an unnecessary roughness penalty got called. One of their 12 penalties on the day. That gave the Mustangs a 4th and 9 conversion. Just after that penalty, this play right here set them up for the game-winning field goal. Love this play call by Rhett Lashlee, and you can tell they're dialing up this play very intently given the situation. You got the receiver looking back, quarterback, running back looking back. They're checking the play call with Rhett Lashlee, who's like literally standing down here. And the reason they're doing that is because Rhett's trying to take advantage of this defender right here. Anytime you're in 2-minute situation as a quarterback, you're taught to attack the will linebacker or the will defender. One, because oftentimes outside of the middle linebacker, it's the worst cover guy on the field. And then two, just given the nature of where the will is on the field, it's oftentimes the short side of the field. So you can get to more concepts. It's a shorter throw. And then you can attack them with even some in-breaking routes and get up the field. But they're trying to attack this will defender right here. And what's interesting is you can see right after this slot receiver looks back, he'll condense down his split just a couple steps. And the reason they're doing that is to create spacing from this receiver to the receiver on the outside and ultimately put that blue line, that linebacker circled in blue, in a bind. I'll play it here. You can see him look back. He just moves in a few steps. That's intentional. That's intentional because what they're going to do route-wise is a little hitch right there on the bottom of the screen, and then it's going to be a 5-yard and then an out route, but then he'll settle down right on the spot when this linebacker right here starts buzzing out with receiver number 1. The reason that he's buzzing out receiver number 1, and a lot of teams don't do this coverage, but Miami is ultimately going to get to like a cover 3 look where this guy's buzzing out, he's back third, he's rolling down, he's middle third, he's back third, he's in the corner. So you have kind of 1, 2, cover 3. He's the defender right here that's rolling down. A lot going on here, but as I play this, it'll all make sense. We're 1, 2, 3, bang. So right here, this defender has buzzed aggressively out. He's trying to steal anything thrown underneath the outside receiver. This slot receiver does an excellent job of, hey, I'm breaking out, but that defender, he's already leveraged me towards the outside. I'm just going to sit down if you're this slot. And then it's an excellent throw by Kevin Jennings, putting it on the receiver's right shoulder on the inside. So this receiver can catch it and roll upfield. Little thing, but what ends up being like, just a 5-yard hitch ends up being like a 12-yard gain. And it allows, he dives forward. That helps your field goal kicker so much. Instead of that being right now, it would be 37, 47, a 52-yarder ends up being whatever ends up, like it was a 40-yarder. That is night and day different. That is phenomenal execution. Doesn't look like a whole lot going on. That's phenomenal execution. That pickup right there allowed SMU to kick a field goal, get into overtime. Then in overtime, Canes quarterback Carson Beck threw an interception, his 6th in 3 games. This interception meant that SMU only needed 25 yards and a touchdown to walk off the game with a winner, and that's exactly what they did. But what happened on this interception? Miami's got a little 5-7 yard over route. They got a vertical on the bottom of the screen. They have a little return, whatever you want to call it, reverse return. He's like breaking out, and then he works back inside. It's a terrible drawing. Let me get that for you one more time. It's more of like he presses up, out, and then back around, and then you have a dig route on the bottom of the screen. that ultimately gets pretty much tackled. Few things I want to call out. One, we'll get to Carson Beck's eyes. I'm not sure what's going on with Carson Beck's eyes here. Two, this route right here by Tony, poor route. Talk about a true freshman that ends up drifting. He like drifts towards the back of the S. Got to stay flat down the line. One, because you don't allow his defender to undercut this route, who ends up being this guy. But then two, as a quarterback, I think Carson Beck, if this route stays flat, he doesn't get baited into ultimately making this throw. And then down here, this dig route is getting ready to come open, or at least that's the winning route in this progression. But the Miami receiver pretty much gets tackled. I wouldn't be surprised if Mario Cristobal sends this into the league office and says, hey, you missed a call here. Because on the goal line, the receiver is in good position, but he falls down and pretty much just grabs the Miami receiver. See, right here, this is the return route that I'm talking about. Tony, keep this flat. Don't start drifting this way because it allows the defender to undercut it. And then right here, look at the Miami receiver pretty much. He falls down, gets tackled. This is one of those things, if you're an SMU fan, you say you fell down. If you're a Miami fan, you say you got tackled. Carson Beck double clutches. What is confusing to me, though, is I don't know why Carson Beck. So right there, he's pulling the trigger. Yet his eyes are down the middle of the field. I don't know who he's throwing to, like who he thinks he's throwing to. This guy's covered. His eyes aren't out to the right down here, at least not what I can see. And I got the back view, so I'll show you. And then if you're getting ready to rip this ball, like this receiver's clearly in a fist fight. I guess he's looking this way, and then that's why he ultimately tucks it back down. But as a result of tucking it back down, you can see he kind of like panics a little bit, then comes back up, and then now he's late making a throw, and he's just all out of sorts. See, he comes back down to his left, no one there, back up to his right. And then this is what I'm talking about. If you keep this flat, I don't think Carson Beck gets baited into it. He drifts in the back of the end zone, allows the SMU defender to undercut it and get this ball. Look at the back view. The eyes comment on Carson Beck will make more sense. 1, 2, 3. He's like pulling the trigger, looking here. You guys saw Tony's more like here. This dig route's in a clear fist fight down here. I don't know what the deal is there. I would be curious to hear Carson Beck's explanation. But regardless, it's an SMU INT. With this win, SMU's now 6-3, but 4-1 in the ACC. 5 other ACC teams join them in that one-loss club, with Virginia as the only unbeaten in ACC play that controls their pathway forward. They did lose to NC State, but it's technically an out-of-conference game. SMU has one very narrow path to the college football playoff, a conference championship game victory. The biggest thing they'll need to get going down that path is for Rhett Lashlee to unlock the 2024 version of Kevin Jennings. I'm a believer in the potential of Kevin Jennings, but when you look at the stats, his 2024 compared to his 2025 just hasn't been the same. We'll see how SMU does this week. I'll see him in person. Yours truly is on the call for the game, SMU versus BC. The ACC is going to have a fun final few weeks.